As our regional chairperson and councillors who have joined us, colleagues, sisters, family, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. PC.
Viva, Chinese, viva! Viva! Viva, Chinese, viva! Viva! Viva, Herman Mashaba, viva! Viva! Viva, Herman Mashaba, viva! Viva! Viva, viva, viva!
We hope we get these guys out of the way. They're blocking the road.
Thank you.
That's me.
This morning. What we are doing today is what we have been doing for the past 3 months, 4 months, Mike. Where we are going around Johannesburg.
I went a run. I run you and I run you.
Thanks. I like this.
2019. So, they highlight saying when he was the mayor. Because what
we want to see.
We tend to forget again.
You are also in the shot.
So it's important because since Ntate Mashaba 2019, I also go over the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. What we have had is stop-gap mayors. Babamba last year 1 year, Babamba last year 6 months, Babamba last year 3 months, but none of them has achieved what Ntate Mashaba achieved 3 years in government. So we highlighted them to some mates. As let's Johannesburg and the problem of infrastructure mates. On a joué les plaques sur les bonnes midrentes, Soweto, habité avec un molo nagam. Mates are everywhere. That's one of the things that we highlighted. Hansi Retsama and Ntate Michael Boma until he last started at Johannesburg. Did he cancel our sorry? Ntate Mashaba Kanakuya, he was putting measures in place to avoid the areas around today. On a had the reservoir, he was making sure infrastructure is being refurbished. But since the government thing, I'm on the ANC. I also got the mayor who was as committed and dedicated as Ntate Mashaba. So they highlighted them to level insourcing, very security guard, review like I own. Review like I'm a Ponisa, JMPD, the way I want them was saying I'm a Ponisa are 1,500. And I feel like government in 2016. So today, I'm talking highlight Tangahulu, it's about road infrastructure. Ntate Mashaba was very big on road infrastructure. He understood they are hating the economy. What's the taxi? What's the Johannesburg? But you can't get there on time if the time I'm telling you something. I want an appointment. Tell time you look for somewhere. You are late because of only appointment because you are looking for a job. Only interview, but because of so you end up being late for your interview. So road infrastructure is very important for the economy. It's very important for job creation. It's very important to ensure that the city is able to generate income. So that is why we are here today. To highlight road infrastructure under this government.
Who's the next speaker? Who's the speaker? Okay, to contact.
So that we can be able to build the right infrastructure. Corruption. Because there was corruption. They took money that was supposed to come here and fix the road. They took it somewhere else. So that is why we are here joining. That today we are going to give Ntate Michael Bowman, our national chairperson, La Musiba in the city of Johannesburg. Between 2016 and 2019, kana go eo Ntate Michael Beaumont was the chief of staff ka officing ya Ntate Herman Mashaba. He knows very well hore Ntate Mashaba na sebetsa jwang. He knows very well hore the programs tsa hae le di eme jwang. He knows the plans that Ntate Mashaba that he was going to implement by the time he was kicked out of office because of the DA and the ANC. So we're going to allow him to speak to us about the road infrastructure and all that, so that we can be able to then later on close our program. As I said, our program is very short. We're just here to come and do this particular work. Viva Action SA, viva! Viva! Viva Michael Beaumont, viva! Viva! Thank you very much. Mike.
Thank you very much, Funzi, and greetings to all of you who've joined us here today, and to residents of Johannesburg who are watching these proceedings from home. The background behind me tells the entire story that needs to be told. This is a story about failed infrastructure and that price being paid for by the residents of Johannesburg, because failed government and corruption produces this kind of problem behind me. And what happens? The companies that sell us our food and give us our things that we need, they put this onto the cost of their food and products because it costs them money when they need to fix their broken tires, and we as residents pay for this kind of infrastructure collapse in our city. But I'm not going to talk to you politics today. There's too much politics. People are fed up and tired of politics. On Thursday, tomorrow, the president is going to stand up and he's going to give us a new set of lies and broken promises and lay them on top of all the promises he didn't deliver last year. Because he wants us to forget what he told us last year by telling us a new story about a new tin swallow or a new smart city or something like that. But I want to tell you a story about service delivery, because that's the only language people in Johannesburg want to talk about. Service delivery. When Herman Mashaba became the mayor in 2016, he commissioned a study to understand how big the backlog in infrastructure was in the city of Johannesburg. And the roads infrastructure alone had a backlog of over 20 billion rand. At the time, the capital budget of the city was only 8 billion rand to deal with all requirements: housing, electricity, water and roads. But he took the responsible approach and he said we don't need to waste money on international travel like this GNU government is doing nationally. The GNU has spent 500 million rand of your money traveling the world when the problems of South Africa are right here on our doorstep. You don't need to go to America or Japan or London to work out how to fix the streets. We need to get the right people in the right jobs, and we need to ensure the money is not stolen and that the services are delivered. And that's what Herman Mashaba did. Already what we saw is 900 kilometers of roads in Johannesburg out of the 4,000 kilometers of bad roads were repaired and resurfaced. And roads like this were made proper back then. And what would have happened if Herman Mashaba had stayed in office? Ask yourself that question. If a quarter of the bad roads in Johannesburg could have been fixed in 3 years, where would Johannesburg have been if Herman Mashaba had been allowed to finish his term as mayor? And the accountability for that must lie on those political parties who colluded to get him out of his office in Johannesburg because they looked bad by the service delivery that he was delivering to the people of Johannesburg. And they must pay that price. And where is the Patriotic Alliance today? Roads belongs to the Patriotic Alliance in this coalition in Johannesburg. Where is Kenny Kunene? Because I don't see him on this road and I don't see him attending to these issues. He's obviously dealing with all kinds of other things, but he's not dealing with the roads of the people of Johannesburg, and this has got to change. And we must remember that, because we cannot be a people who go to vote and we forget about who gave us these roads. We must remember, and we must punish them appropriately when that time comes. But Herman Mashaba's work on roads didn't just stop with road resurfacing. New technology in pothole repair that was introduced in 2019 actually saw 200 potholes being repaired around the city on a daily basis just for that year alone. The no join policy was a program to dig up all of the cables under the traffic lights and recable with one solid cable and not just keep joining them together, so that when there's lightning strikes and floods, the lights don't go out and you don't see the flashing lights that we see right now all across our city. These are basic things. This is the bread and butter of service delivery, and yet Herman Mashaba was delivering it then and nobody is delivering it now. And I don't say this because I want you to feel depressed. I know we are depressed. I know we are tired of living in a city with roads that look like that. Yes. But I'm here to tell you a story of hope. To tell you that if Herman Mashaba had did this before in our city, then Action SA can do it again now. But it lies with you, the voters of Johannesburg. You are the people with the power. Because if you do as you've always done, and if you vote as you've always voted, you will always get roads like this. But if you change your vote, and if you punish political parties that have existed for decades, well, roads like this happen in our city. Then you can have a mayor, and then you can have a government that can deliver you proper roads, and stable electricity, and solid supply of water. And you can have the basic services that you need in your homes, and that the economy of Johannesburg needs to ensure that every single household in Johannesburg has at least one person who has a job. This can be achieved, and it can be achieved in the elections this year if you use your vote right. And I'm asking you to go out there to not only cast your vote in the right way, but to talk to your neighbors, talk to your families, talk to your colleagues and the people you go to church with, and show them that this is what we've got to do. Because we've got to destroy a myth that is impacting our democracy right now. You see, people think that if you stay away and you don't vote, you're punishing politicians. And the answer is you're not. Failed politicians love it when good South Africans don't vote, because then they get to come back and govern again and give us more roads that look like this one behind me. You've got to come out to vote in your numbers, and you've got to come out to punish political parties and leaders who have failed you as long as you have been failed by parties like the ANC and the DA and the Al Jamars and the Patriotic Alliances. But it's not just about punishing the people who've let you down. It's about putting into government the people who've got a proven track record. Herman Mashaba has got that track record. In the 3 years in which he was in office in Johannesburg was the only time Johannesburg was making progress, where services were being delivered, when the lawlessness was being fought, when healthcare was being extended and operating hours in clinics to this community and others, when corruption was being fought through a proper forensic institution. These were all the measures that Herman Mashaba was implementing with he as mayor, and that is why I say to you, when you go and vote, probably in November this year, you must go and vote for a political party that has a track record in fixing broken municipalities, because that's the job you need to employ someone to do. When you vote, it's like you're employing someone, like you're bringing in a plumber into your house or a bricklayer. Employ a mayor with a track record of fixing broken roads like this, and your roads will be fixed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, NC. Thank you, PC. Colleagues, we are also joined by the Elders Taxi Association. They use this main road a lot, so they will share with us their experience. Like we always say, we don't talk by ourselves, but we also talk about with people that are affected by the situation. I've got Tatan Mabonza from the Taxi Association together with his colleagues. They will just share with us. Thank you, NC.
Siyabonga bahlali. Ngizokhuluma ngesizulu ukuthi wonke umuntu ezwe. Ukuthi bazotranslate ke la yakhona. Ngoba lendlela thina njengama association ngingakhulumeli nje iJSS kuphela, wonke ama taxi operators ayaffecteka kakhulu mangibheka nabantwana, ngoba ekuseni la sisebenzela khona sisebenza nabantwana, uthola ukuthi sibanga ipavement nabantwana. Ekugcineni ngibona ingozi ezoyenzeka la. ngoba silokhu siyakhala sazi ukuthi kumele sikhalele kubani kanjani into efana leyo fana nabantu mabe emsebenzini njengoba ama-taxi wethu anokuhlala across the street ngale ukuthi ubiza itaxi kusuka le ize la izothatha umuntu iyakwazi ukuthatha 7 minutes ukuthi izefike le ngendaba yama-pothole and all along besilokhu sikhala singazi ukuthi kumele sitshele bani. Namhlanje siyabonga ukuthi mhlambe ubaba Herman Mashaba uzosizwa isikhalo sethu ikhona into ezenzeka yikho lokho esikhala ngako ukuthi sicela nisizeni ngokuthi silungise le strata lesi nemoto ziyamosheka yonke into asikhulumeli nje ama-taxi kuphela sikhulumela nama-private you understand uyabona at the end of the day siyabhadala ama-disk wemoto ukubonisa ukuthi imoto esendleleni kodwa ihamba kuyiphi indlela ngoba indlela kumele kube right ngoba siyabhadala ama-disk so bahlali at the end of the day nama-taxi wethu agcina sekuba yi-grab and especially sona le strat lesi iba yi-grab siphinde futhi masingene emgwaqweni la sithole ukuthi manje amaphoyisa ayasibhala ukuthola ukuthi imoto bese iphenduka i-scrap ekubeni imoto ithenge intsha ukuthi uhambe ngemoto unyaka wonke la uyazi ukuthi after a year leyo moto ngathi i-scrap ekubeni akusona i-scrap uyithenge intsha from egarage akuthi uzithengeze second hand so siyabonga ukuthi namhlanje nikwazile ukuthi nisondele nizosisiza mhlambe izikhalo zethu namhlanje zizozwakala sithina njengabantu bama-taxi sithi sicela ukuthi nisizeni siyabonga.
Remember indlela hiyo sometimes imeka sure ukuthi our economy iyakhula because igoods ehamba khona la each and every day but thina as Action SA we are committed ukuthi once you abahlali nisinikeza ivote yenu will be able to deliver indlela leyizohlala stable in all times so thina as Action SA we are saying ukuthi nge-November when the election comes, give us your vote. And Tina as Action SA, we are not going to take your vote at the end of the day. Sienza a wall, si divide Santin and Alexander. Our plan is to make sure that we unite you. And as Action SA, will never be scared to show what we are going through. If you are going through poverty, it's affecting us. We'll never hide that. We are aware that some of the political parties right now, they are doing that to hide the poverty of the people where they are staying, pretending as they love them. Yes. But Tina, as Action SA, we are committed to say, we'll make sure kuti indlela ikona each and everything which a community isebenzisayo and the community will benefit to that. City Action SA, the party which can give you indlela, a party izo change the situation where we are staying. But for that to happen, we need a support from you, abahlali. Not only the supporters of Action SA, but each and every community member. If you want to benefit or you want abantwana bakho ba benefit, let's give Action SA a vote. City siyabonga for you coming today, but Action SA is the only party which can bring change la ekuhlaleni. Action SA is committed to bring somebody who's got the interest of the people at heart, somebody who's got the vision for city of Johannesburg, knowing where must I touch first. Action SA is the only party which put the community first. So City Action SA is supporting. Action SA will deliver to you. Ngiyabonga.
Auwe Mashaba shoni auwe. Auwe Mashaba shoni auwe. La Michael Dumont halala. Hoi hoi funsi ngobeni hoi hoi. Hoi niketo ngariye. Hoi niketo nasieni. Siyabasaba na. Asibasabi siyabafu. Ata.
Yeah, thank you again. I want to give a special thanks to Ronin. We managed to bring those taxi association. We asked him to bring them because they have affect each and every day. Ronin, thank you very much for doing that. Ronin is one of our councillor colleagues. When he was given that instruction to do such a thing, he delivered. So I believe this will go to each and every one of us. Masukela, please do as Sukelile. Nyabonga, back to you, RS.
Thank you so much, family, colleagues, residents, to join us in today's Mashaba Legacy Tour. We will see you on the 21st. We are announcing our mayoral candidate. It's a surprise. We don't know who it is, but we will see you then. Travel safe.
Thank you.